Alright, super quick update on OGN. So it looks like we've come down and taken out my stop loss. If you are new to my channel, I've recently been in an OGN trade. We got in down here at approximately 36 cent when these daily EMA ribbons fired bullish. We took some profit when we came up to this 80 cent target, pulling a nice profit of over a 1x return. And I also had my stop loss down here, which I recently implemented in the past week or so. We were forming a asymmetrical triangle. We fell out to the downside of this, and I thought, you know, I don't want to walk away from this trade losing all my profits, so worst comes to worst, I'm going to include a stop loss down here at 44 cent. And, you know, like I said, worst comes to worst, we come down, break below the lows, I'll be walking away with a 25% profit on 50% of my trade, because like I said, we sold 50% of our OGN up here, and the other 50% we were stopped out down here. So very successful trade. First of all, congratulations to all of you who got in on OGN with me down here at 36 cent. Even if you haven't pulled profit right now, you are still in profit. However, let's talk about the obvious thing going on right now. OGN is breaking down below its lows. As you can see, I'll mark this trend line red as it no longer represents my my stop loss. This is now resistance. This was your previous support floor, and we have now very violently tanked below it. I really don't like what we're seeing here on OGN. There is a ton of bearish momentum pulling us to the downside, and it makes sense to me because we've been coiling up in these EMA ribbons for the longest time now. You can see, you know, we had a double top slash local high and then lower high. So you've got a local high, lower high, and then we just spent ages consolidating. Like, these were constricting, they were expanding, constricting, expanding, constricting, and now they're constricting again. They're building momentum, and we're about to push down very, very harshly, in my opinion. If we come down to the lower time frame, starting off with the 4 hour, the 4 hourly momentum, it seems like down here on the squeeze mom, you know, bears are definitely in control, that is for sure. And I could say at this moment in time, in the past 12 hours or so, bears have started to lose momentum, but that could very much change if we do break below the candle body wick that we had yesterday. So really keep your eyes on 43 cent. I think if OGN starts piling below 43 cent, then that could be the nail in the coffin and this uptrend could be done. Now, from a technical perspective, we can still come down to your 786 Fibonacci at 38 cent, come down, have a rally, and then, you know, this would still be a valid trend if you held the 786 Fibonacci. But I'm not 100% sure that we would be holding the fib, because, you know, looking at this has been a very, very macro trend. You can see you've got the all-time high, lower highs, or, you know, you've got a plethora of lower highs here, and then zooming in, huge downtrend, lower high, and on the downside of things, you've got lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, and lower lows. So as we've only recently put in that lower high, I'd almost think that it is time that we do push down. Now, I don't necessarily think that means that we do have to make a lower low. I do, however, at least, I'm very, very convinced we would be coming down to your 786 Fibonacci. So in my opinion, OGN has about another 12% to come down for sure. And here's where things get interesting, because the charts look like we could break lower, but I'm of the opinion that the markets will regain confidence after the Fed meeting, and the Fed meeting is right here. It's between today and tomorrow. The Fed meeting, Federal Reserve, will be wrapped up within the next 24, at the most, you know, if it drags on for another day or so, 48 hours. So I would definitely be sitting on the sidelines. Over the next 48 hours, I would be keeping an eye on OGN. Keep an eye on this floor, 43 cent. If we have a strong move below it, we could definitely break down. We're already emming out into it, so we really need to see a bounce at some point soon. Like I said, best case scenario, I kind of see OGN either chopping around and then rallying after the Fed meeting, or I see OGN going to lower price targets and then rallying after the Fed meeting. Either way, I do expect that some chop is going to be underway for the markets. I do expect that lower price targets are in order before we do become bullish again for OGN. If we check out our oscillators to wrap up the video, your daily oscillators, there's a lot of money flowing out of the money flow indicator. If we come over to higher time frames, a little bit worrying what we're seeing here. We are very, very overextended in terms of the amount of retail money that was driven into this coin. You can see an unprecedented amount of volume right here. And what was the volume backed up by? Absolutely nothing. We got no continuation, and after we saw this huge influx of bullish volume, you can see influx of bearish volume. This to me says we should definitely be cautious. We should sit on the sidelines. We should wait until the Fed meeting happens in the next 24 to 48 hours. If we rally out of it, so be it. If we break down, at least we were sitting on the sidelines and waiting for lower price targets. The trend is your friend until the end. Keep an eye on the 4 hourly EMAs. I'd say a rally above 50 cent again could just save OGN. Needs to happen very soon though. That's all I've got for you. As always, cowboy out, not financial advice, and as always, peace.